Today I'm going to show you how to set up an easy putting station in your house.
So here's my area where I plan on setting up my little putting station.
I'd say you want to find a place in your house that you usually spend a lot of time in, because the place that you spend the most time in is where you'll most likely spend that time practicing.
Find a nice flat rug that you could use to practice putting on, something that has a straight line for reference. But if not, let me show you what you can do.
So there's two things you can do. If the room that you spend a lot of time in is where you want to practice, then I'd recommend getting a putting mat. Only if that room doesn't have a rug like mine that you could practice putting on.
You could technically even practice on the hardwood if it was flat and straight enough, but no hardwood floors are perfect.
Maybe you don't want to practice in the same room that you spend a lot of time in, which is totally fine. In that case, I would, make it a point to, if you're not a scheduling type of person, just make it a point to consciously know, all right, I'm going to practice on these days at this time in that room.
So the carpet's the free option, and the good thing about this and any of these options is that you can do a ton of different indoor putting drills. I'll link to a couple in the description so you can take a look. You could do the coin drills, you could do pace drills, you could do lots more. One specifically from the Golf Channel, you'll find they have a ton of different putting drills you can do indoor on a carpet or wherever. And then the next option would be getting a putting mat. These brand new putting mats will take a little bit of time to flatten out. You can see there's a lip up here on this one and on the other end too. I recommend setting up a table at one end, like this is in my bedroom, and you can throw an iPad there or something and putt while you're watching TV. Okay, so this one I've had for a while. It's from a brand called FanMats, and if you're interested in sort of getting your own team or something like that, I've linked to one from Amazon down below to take a look at. But anyway, it's an 11 on the stimp meter scale, if that's something that you care about and that you're interested in. If not, this is just a really nice putting mat that you can get. The only thing I don't like about this one is there aren't any measurements on it, so this is a little bit more about feel. But I did link to another one in the description as well that does have some measurements, and it's a little bit less expensive than this one here. Of course, you'll need some golf balls to practice the actual putting with, unless you're doing coin drills or any other drills that don't involve the ball. Believe it or not, you can still use tees in putting drills even if you can't stick them into the ground. So I would also have a couple of tees on hand. People hate a lot on poker chips, but it's good to also have them on hand in case you have a mat like mine or a rug that doesn't have any measurements. You can get a tape measure or a ruler and measure out different distances and mark them using these.
All right, so this is sort of an extra. If you're somebody who has a lot of golf equipment, I would recommend keeping the putter that you use the most in your golf bag, of course. If it's easy to take inside and back outside of the house of where you're going to practice your putting, use that one. If not, grab, if you have any, an additional extra putters and use those. Some people like to have different putters for different course conditions, so why not use your different putters to practice with?
Once you've decided on where you're going to have your little practice putting station, you can get creative with it. Like I plan on having something on this wall here to hold different putters so that I can just grab them right off the wall and start putting when I'm ready. And also a solution to store, all the accessories that are going to go along with your station.
Hey, if you like this video, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing as well. I love putting this stuff out for you, and if you find it beneficial, I'd really appreciate it. And also, any of the links that you find on the channel, I do get a little kickback, but it all goes right back into making content for you all. So yeah, thanks again.